Meanwhile, in Buffalo, they are not on the verge of winning anything outside of maybe the draft lottery, and maybe
fans of Buffalo deserve more.
That was a troll tweet. I'm telling you that.
You love Western New York now, huh? You have carved that city.
The great fans of Buffalo deserve more.
Did you see that tweet, Ray?
I did, and I did have a giggle to myself. I'm like, oh, did that just stir up the masses?
Well, look it up on TSN4. There's mine right underneath. Get real, and I'm just getting ratioed, because Buffalo fans picked up on that, and without any context, just start carving me.
Carve session.
It was. Ugly,
I just went through and read your mentions.
There
were
some ugly offside comments.
Roast beef carving station. Just.
Yeah, it was bad.
But you were trolling to the point where, SportsCenter ran it before the Pack.
Yeah.
I was like...
Mr. Charity over here.
Yeah,
he loves Buffalo. Those are his people.
Hey, we analyze hockey. You got to...
Yeah, the great people of Buffalo, which they are, believe me.
They're very supportive of their team, and for them to support this garbage is not easy. And
Ralphie Krug's had some weird comments, too. He's like, they support us. They're angry, but they support us. I get that. I live in Buffalo. I live downtown. I see people.
I go for lunch. I talk to people.
He's like, it's okay if they're mad at us and they're mad at what we're doing, but they support us. I was like, what the hell am I watching right now?
Well, when you lose at home
Chris
to
Farley,
Detroit.
We're putting our head up the bull's ass, but you can take the butcher's word for it.
Yeah.
It's ugly. It's ugly.
And the worst part is there doesn't seem, like at the start of the year, there felt like there was some positivity, and now here they go through the same garbage again, same as last year.
Yep.
They can say it's not the same, and they have many times, but the fact of the matter is they started well, fell apart, couldn't turn it back around, and it is an ugly, ugly year again. And they don't have enough players. I mean, go through their drafts, and it is amazing how many times they missed with high picks. And now they're paying the price for all of that stuff.
Yeah,
they just don't have enough players.
I just thought it was weird, and I understand the frustration, but I didn't like that Sam Reinhart, he's the problem. He's actually not the problem there. Everyone else, I would have, if I was that reporter, why don't you ask Jeff Skinner that question? I thought that was kind of a gutless question.
Well, let's play it.
I did.
And
to Reinhart?
Yeah.
Well, it was a brutal back check. There's no other way around that.
So, but that that's the reason they lost. That's the reason why they're losing. Guy who has 20 goals and is one of their better players. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the guy you go after. I thought that was gutless.
Well, that's the one thing I would say is Reinhart is one of the few guys who has pulled his weight.
Exactly.
I'm conflicted on this, and we'll play it in just a second, because if you look at the tape,
it's bad.
He does one of two things. He either quits on it, or he looks at the clock and goes,
"There's no way
they're not going to score."
Yeah.
Which, it's all semantics how you want it. He either pulls up or he quits.
No,
because he's not going balls out.
No,
he is
not even close.
He looks like
that's what Harrington was doing. He was like,
but that's the one. All of a sudden, I thought that was a gutless. Go after the guy who makes $9 million, who has 11 goals and is skating over his.
I get it, but it was an element of the game where it was fair for someone to ask and get his opinion on what happened.
I think that is realistic to ask him. Hey, you got to take us through here.
Right.
But listen to how it's phrased. The Q word comes up, and it's provocative in my opinion. It's looking for a fight and trying to be a hero.
It's Phil and Feschuk. That's what it is.
Well, yeah, but
that's what it was.
I don't remember what Feschuk did to provoke Phil in that scenario.
Such an
No,
idiot
he
here.
said, "Did you quit on the team?"
He basically
did he say that?
called him a coach. He called him a coach killer. That's what basically he did.
It was either are
such
you
an
a coach?
idiot here.
That's
Are
a
you a
reasonable
coach
question.
killer, or did you guys quit on your coach, or did you guys just
something
quit?
like
Period.
that.
Take it easy on Feschuk.
Well, I
right?
love Dave too.
But here we go. This was post game last night. Mike Harrington from the Buffalo News and Sam Reinhart.
You had a long shift on Detroit's second goal, but I mean, is that the kind of backtrack my team needs? I mean, the play clearly looked like you stopped and almost quit on the play. Do you think that
I don't think I'm going to value that question right now.
Do you think you backchecked on that play the way you need to?
I'm not going to value that question right now.
I mean, that's a legitimate question, isn't it? It looked like you stopped.
I'm not going to get into it with you right now.
Why not?
Next question.
He should have said, "This guy's an idiot." That's what he should have said.
Yeah, I mean, he's going at him, but Ray, how would you have
he's an
handled
idiot.
that?
I thought it was he watched a part of the game and asked him about that part of the game.
I mean, the easy way to say is, look, man, the puck ended up in the net. There's your answer.
Yeah.
There's, and then if you just, you can say at that point, hey, look, man, I'm not going to get into it. I'm sure every article you write is exactly the best article you've ever written, right?
Yeah.
Look, the guy can ask, and I think it's the player's obligation to answer. You can always find an answer, but it's easy to say that when I didn't screw up. I'm not the guy on the ice. Like, it's pretty easy to get out of. Like when somebody's asking you in an answer that you give that's going to go all around, the Buffalo hockey world, whether you quit, it's pretty easy to get your back up, to be emotionally combative. And so you do have to be careful. But I do think there's a better way for the players to deal with that stuff. But again, it's easy for me because I'm not playing anymore.
Well, the reason you like the question or you don't like the question, the reason the answer came the way it was is because he knew it was the truth and he was embarrassed about it, and that's why he got his back up.
I think you disarmed.
It's like a little kid when you say, "Did you take the cookies out of the little jar there?" They're like, "No."
Yeah, but
no.
I thought he handled it well. Like, he didn't freak out or snap.
But he could have disarmed him with the truth and said, "You know what? I could have been better on that play." That's it. But you know what? It's still a gutless question. I thought it was.
Put it this way: he's going into the scrum knowing I'm starting
exactly.
something.
I'm going to be a hero.
I'm going to pick a fight.
I'm going to be a
I
hero.
think from a journalistic standpoint, not that any of us are winning the Pulitzer anytime soon.
You especially.
But I think you could have been like, watching that, can you explain what you were doing there?
Yeah.
Because it looked like maybe you were looking at the clock or you held up. What happened?
Not to defend the writer, but so he's been writing about the team for 6 or 7 years.
Oh, he's miserable. He's miserable.
He's miserable too. He's like, seriously, guys, like, he's looking at it too, and he's almost sounds like there is an out there for Sam to say, right? When he says, "Do you think?" or you can, just as you said, Noodles. The easiest answer is to say, "Look, we all saw the play. I could have been better."
Yeah,
there.
Just disarm him with the truth. I screwed up.
And it's finished. There isn't even a second question to that. But now it becomes just another piece of poop on the pile in Buffalo, because that pile is about 20 feet high.
Oh,
right? Like, man, it's like, can you imagine what it's like? It's not just like 1 year. This is year after year after year after year. I think this is going to be 9, right? They're going to miss the playoffs. Is it 9 or 8? One of the two of them.
Yeah. Ray.
Everybody's fed up with it.
Oh yeah.
But the answer isn't. The problem is the answer's not just around the corner.
No, I was going to ask you, Ray.
Yeah.
If Pagula called you in the office and you were the GM and said, "Okay, what the hell are you going to do now?" What would you say? Because I know if it was me, I'd be like, "I have no idea."
Well, the problem is, by saying that, it's been your team for 4 years. Now you've really got problems.
I know, but what do you do?
Like, I don't know. I mean, to think of this too, as bad as they are, they've got terrible cap problems.
Oh God.
Like it's okay. It's one thing to be bad, but to have some flexibility. They have none. They have none. Like, they go make a trade. Calgary's begging for cap release. They trade for Michael Frolik. They take the whole contract on. Like, that's $4.2 million. Like, why are you doing that? They got a left winger is their second line center, because they mismanaged Casey Middlestat. Remember, Middlestat couldn't do a pull-up at the Combine? Well, what was he doing in the NHL the next year? Like, clearly, physically, he wasn't ready for this. That's okay. But now he's in the American League, and they got to wait for him. What if they would have started him there? What if they would have had him go to college for a year and work out and play 40 games? Like, it's one thing after another. Somebody's going to have to go in there and basically treat it like an expansion team, except you've already got Rasmus Dahlin and Jack Eichel.
And Allmark. I think Allmark's going to be a good goalie.
Right, but I mean, like, he's good. I'm with you. He's going to be good. You've got a number one and a number one. You got a 1 center and you got a 1D. Like, you can. That's where you got to start.
Yeah.
And by the way, you got 8 years of Jeff Skinner at $9 million, or 7 years of Jeff Skinner after this.
But that's the thing. You said this, Ray, the other day. Like, If Jeff Skinner actually just played up to his potential, and Marcus Johansson and these guys, it's a better team than you're seeing. These guys they're throwing up duds.
Like, could they even be like? I'm not even being facetious here. It would be hard for them to be less effective. He tried to be less effective. Skinner hasn't scored in 17 games, I think.
Yeah,
Was he
it's a
got
mess.
10 or 11 now on the season?
11.
Oh, holy smokes! You know, like, and it's not like all kinds of cap relief coming this summer either. They're in a tough spot.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure they'll be taking more callers down there in Buffalo, and people will be freaking out. And, you know, the media, they're in the crosshairs as well because now they're going to pick, you know, they're going at players and coaches.
Well, it's going to get ugly.
Oh, it's going to just get
already
uglier.
ugly, but it's uglier.
There's still 2 more months left.